Well, thank you very much, duo Shira, singer Shira Kamon and guitarist Ronan Nissan for this really moving welcome performance of the song Berioskele from 3 songs in Yiddish, Opus 53, arranged by Victor Ullmann. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to welcome you to this event marking the International Day of Commemoration in memory of the victims of the Holocaust, organized by the Permanent Mission of Israel in cooperation with the United Nations Information Service here in Vienna. Today we are honored by the presence of Mr. Yuri Fedotov, Director General of the United Nations Office at Vienna and Executive Director of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Her Excellency Talia Ladov-Rescher, Ambassador of Israel to the Republic of Austria and Permanent Representative to the United Nations, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, and international organizations in Vienna, and Her Excellency Ambassador Meral Zafari-Odis, Permanent Representative of Israel to the International Atomic Energy Agency and the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization. So welcome also to other ambassadors and representatives. I should now like to invite Mr. Hanoch Amedi, Consul of the Embassy of Israel, to light the memorial candle. Thank you very much, Ms. Ahmedi. It is customary to recite the Jewish prayer of El Maleh Rachamim to mourn the Holocaust victims. El Maleh Rachamim, which means God full of mercy in Hebrew, is a funeral prayer for the ascension of the souls of the dead. I should like to invite the chief cantor of the Vienna Main Synagogue, Mr. Shimul Barzilai, to hold this prayer. Please.
לנשמות 6 מיליוני אחינו בני ישראל, אנשים, נשים, ילדים וילדות, שנהרגו, שנשחטו, הנאצים ועוזריהם יימח שמם ומסרו נפשם על קידוש השם ואהבו שינו מתפללים שאנו מתפללים לעילוי נשמותיהם. לכן בעל הרחמים יסירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים ויצרו רחיים את נשמותיהם בגן עדן, בגן עדן, בגן עדן תהי מנוחתם. אדוני הוא נחלתם וינוחו ושלום על משכבם ונאמר
Thank you very much indeed, Chief Counsellor Basilai. I should now like to ask Director General Yuri Fedotov to address us. Please.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, rejecting hatred, defending human rights, and standing up for justice, these are some of the profound lessons of the Holocaust, lessons that we must remember and take to heart. I thank you for joining us here today, the UN in Vienna, to mark the International Day of Commemoration in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. Allow me to share with you the message of our Secretary General, Antonio Guterres. Dear friends, today we honor the memory of 6 million Jews who perished in the Holocaust and the many other victims of unprecedented, calculated cruelty and horror. This year's observation falls amid an alarming increase of anti-Semitism. From a deadly assault on a synagogue in the United States to the discretion of Jewish cemeteries in Europe, this centuries-old hatred is not only still strong, but it is getting worse. We see the proliferation of neo-Nazi groups and attempts to rewrite history and distort the facts of the Holocaust. We see bigotry moving at lightning speed across the internet. As the Second World War recedes in time and the number of Holocaust survivors dwindles, it falls to us to be ever vigilant. As the former Chief Rebbe of the United Kingdom, Jonathan Sachs, so memorably said, the hate that begins with Jews never ends with Jews. Indeed, we see intolerance entering mainstream politics, targeting minorities, Muslims, migrants, and refugees, and exploiting the anger and anxiety of the changing world. Now more than ever, let us unite in the fight for universal values and build a world of equality for all. Antonio Guterres. Ladies and gentlemen, the International Day of Commemoration is a day of mourning. The cruel murder of so many millions in the name of hate remains a fresh shock, one that we do well to recall with a renewed commitment to never forget, to never allow, and ever again. That is also a day for action in memory of victims and to honor the courage of the survivors, soldiers, and other heroes who risked their lives. The focus of Holocaust remembrance and education activities this year is demand and defend your human rights, building on the 70th anniversaries of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the Convention on the Prevention and Prohibition, Punishment of Crime of Genocide. This very timely theme calls to younger generation most of all to learn from the lessons of the Holocaust. The exhibition we're opening today showcases the Butterfly Project, which encourages young people in honor of 1.5 million children who perished in the Holocaust and stand up against hatred. I thank Ambassador Leda Fresha for organizing this very important occasion with UN in Vienna. I'm grateful to Chief Cantor Basilai and Duo Shia for touching our hearts with prayer and music on this special day of remembrance. I thank you.
Thank you, Director General. I now have the honour to invite Ambassador Talia Lada Fresha to take the floor.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, 14 years ago, On November the 1st, 2005, the United Nations General Assembly adopted by consensus a resolution reaffirming that the Holocaust will forever be a warning to all people of the dangers of hatred, bigotry, racism, and prejudice. The 27th of January, the day on which death camp Auschwitz-Birkenau was liberated, was designated as the International Day of Commemoration. I was born in Israel to my father, Shlomo, who was born in Leipzig, Germany, and my mother, Malka, who was born in Berlin. My mother's family fled to Israel in early 1934. My father was a Holocaust survivor. So as you can see, for me, this day is both a national commemoration as well as a personal one. UN Resolution 181, adopted on November 29, 1947, and partitioning the territory of the British Mandate into a Jewish state for the Jewish people and an Arab state for the Arab people, was adopted 2 years after the end of the Second World War. The roots, however, of Zionism, the political movement of Jewish return to biblical homeland, date back long time before. Theodor Herzl, the father and visionary of Zionism, wrote his famous book, Der Judenstaat, here in this beautiful city of Vienna, already in 1896. It is also very interesting to note that when David Ben-Gurion, our first prime minister, spoke before the UN, pleading to establish a Jewish state, he did not speak on behalf of the 6 million that were murdered in the Holocaust, but rather on behalf of the hundreds of thousands who needed their life to be rescued and rebuilt in the future state of Israel. Every year, the Israeli Permanent Mission to the United Nations, in collaboration with another permanent mission, and together with UNIS, avails itself the opportunity of this commemoration day to show a movie on a Holocaust-related issue. This year we chose the movie Dear Freddie, which tells the story of Freddie Hirsch. Freddie was both Jewish and a homosexual. As a talented athlete, he could have, in normal times, represented his country, Germany, at the Olympics. The film describes his never-ending optimism and deep belief in humanity, which helped him to survive, unfortunately not until the very end, and also helped many others to overcome the dramatic and undescribable horrors of concentration camps life during the Holocaust. Freddie spent a long period of time in the Czech Republic, including in the concentration camp Theresienstadt. I would like to thank Ambassador Ivo Stramek and the permanent mission of the Czech delegation for collaborating with us in presenting the movie both in Top Kino in the city center of Vienna and also here. I deeply believe that commemoration ceremonies like this one are a good opportunities for us all to go back to basic and remind ourselves of our roles as diplomat and as UN personnel working in this great building, the Vienna International Center. Our common struggle for freedom, justice, and peace, envisioned first by the prophets of Israel, is an ongoing one, and in memory of both the victims and the survivors of the Holocaust, we must continue this struggle.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. I should like to invite once again Duo Shira to perform for us. And before this performance, Ms. Kaumann will say a few words about the two songs she chose for today's commemoration ceremony. Please.
Thank you very much. We are very honored to be here on this occasion. The first piece we introduced to you was composed by Viktor Ullmann. Viktor Ullmann is a composer, conductor, and pianist. He was born in 1898 in Austria-Hungary, in a part which is today the Czech Republic. He was murdered in 1944 in Auschwitz-Birkenau, where he also, before that, he was in Theresienstadt for 2 years. In Theresienstadt he composed Der Kaiser von Atlantis, which is one of his most famous pieces. We would like to introduce to you now a piece which is a traditional melody set to a text by Israel's national poet, Chaim Nachman Bialik. Hachnisini tachat knafech, which is like a prayer, yearning for warmth in this cold world. Mr. Ronen Nissan arranged it in medley with a song Beautiful That Way by Achinoam Nili from the movie La Vita è Bella. This song is about the will to survive.
Thank you, duo Shira, singer Shira Kamon, and guitarist Ronan Nissan for your wonderful performances today. As we're coming to the end of today's ceremony, I should like to invite you to take a look at the poster exhibition the Director General mentioned. It's called The Butterfly Project, and Remembering the Children of the Holocaust. And as the Director General mentioned, it outlines the impact of the Holocaust on children, and it showcases an educational initiative called the Butterfly Project that was developed by the Houston Holocaust Museum. And the project aims to teach the history of the Holocaust to young people, to encourage them to remember the 1.5 million children who perished, and to stand up against hatred and prejudice. And the exhibition, which is provided by the Holocaust and the United Nations Outreach Program, will be on display here until the 1st of February. And as Ambassador Lauder-Fresher mentioned, we will be showing the documentary Dear Freddy. There will be one screening on Tuesday the 29th at 12:30. That will be in our cinema room, the United Nations Information Service cinema room in the G building, 5th floor, room number GO575. The information will be made available to you, already has been, by email. And if you cannot attend that screening, there will be another opportunity to watch the film, as the Ambassador mentioned, at the Vienna Art House Cinema Top Kino, right in the heart of Vienna, on Monday the 28th of January at 6:30. We're very fortunate because at both of these screenings we will have the director of the movie, Mr. Rubigat, with us, and he will be talking about the making of this special film. So with that, I'd like to thank you once again for being here today. Have a good afternoon. Thank you very much.